Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another catch-up session. This is Anisha, and today joining us another alumni of Young Leader Bootcamp, Yash Pathak. So let's see what Yash has to say, and let's catch up with Yash. Hello, Yash. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Anisha. It's my pleasure to join this session.
How are you doing, Yash?
I'm very great.
Everything's good? Things are
Everything
going
is
good?
going right.
Great. So I think the right way to start this would be with your introduction. A little bit about yourself would help.
Correct. So, as Anisha mentioned, my name is Yash Pathak, and I am a proud alumni of Young Leaders Bootcamp as well as Sales and Marketing Bootcamp of TBH Circle.
Okay.
I am a native of Meerut, Uttar Pradesh, a small town, and did my schooling there itself, and currently pursuing my undergraduate from IHM Chandigarh in hospitality. That's a small introduction about me.
Great, great. Okay. So Yash, I'll ask you the straight question, right? How
Correct.
many companies do you sit for? Like how many brands you sat for exactly?
I never counted, but at least 7 to 8.
7 to 8. And all these brands are like top
Yes, they
brands?
are big brands like Marriott, Oberoi's, IHCL, IHG, like top brands
Great,
of
great,
the hospitality sector.
great, great, great. Okay. So Yash, I would really like to know your journey in this, your preparation period, this empty preparation period that you went through.
So this phase was very interesting for me, and I think one of the most learning phase of my life. It started in early August. I met Vikram sir at our college. I joined Young Leaders Bootcamp, and that 3 days session was very wonderful, and that changed my whole perspective of getting into a management trainee program. Actually, when we are in college, there was a fierce thing that it is very difficult to crack a management trainee. And joining Young Leaders Bootcamp changed my perspective that it's not that difficult joining a management trainee. It's just your attitude. The Vikram sir that molded my attitude, and I think keeping myself updated every time. I think that's the thing that I first persuaded from this Young Leaders Bootcamp, and that helped me in my management trainee process, cracking my management trainee process.
What do you mean by when you say keeping yourself updated?
As in, let's suppose that I am more inclined towards music, so I need to get updated about every music event happening and what all things music consists of, that types of rags and types of music like EDM, jazz. So like this, if I am into something, I should know in and out about that, each and everything.
Great, great, great.
That is updated for me.
Couldn't agree more on that. Definitely. So Yash, which brand are you going to join?
So still in the dilemma, I have a sales and marketing management trainee of Intercontinental Hotels,
Right.
but still my last round is remaining for IHCL, for Hotelier Development Program. So let's hope for the best. Let's see what
Oh,
opportunity comes to me.
right. Hope the you choose the best that is for you.
Correct. Correct.
Right. Okay. Yash, can you walk us through the MT process? How many stages are there? Do all brands follow a particular same route or same steps, or is it different for every brand?
So on a larger scale, every brand follow a similar structure, but still in a different way. If I need to talk about, let's suppose Intercontinental Hotels, they follow a three-tier system. First is group discussion, second is personal interview, and third is straight away corporate round with corporate heads. And if I talk about IHCL, they follow a same structure but in a different manner. It is divided into 9 sessions. First is group discussion, then after personal interview, then a skill-based test. After that, regional round of regional general manager. Then after department head, then after VSE, and finally the corporate round. It is a long process, but in short, it follows the same pattern. They keep on repeating things
So
like that.
what stages are common for like every brand? What stages one should prepare, irrespective of what brand you're going for?
First of all, I think our interpersonal skills and our communication is very important. One should work on it by heart. uh, that's the very crucial part of cracking a management trainee interview. And as far as I know, cracking a management trainee is not difficult, but cracking a good management trainee, I think that is difficult. So many of the
Indeed.
brands are coming up with management trainee programs, QSRs, retails, hotels. But as far as I think, cracking a good hotel management trainee program, that is worth your achieve worth your what can I say, your hard work.
Definitely. And from what you shared with us, the this long process of interview, I think it sounds like an exhausting process to go
It
on.
is very
And
exhausting.
like it sounds very exhausting, to be very honest. Going through this much hard work and every stage, it sounds very exhausting and hardworking. But Yash, I would love to know, there must be some challenges that you face. There must be some things that you worked on, right? Some drawbacks that you had to work on. So, what were the challenges that you faced in this entire process? And if you could
Correct.
share how you overcome them or your learnings from that.
So first of all, the problem with our education system is that we learn things. We learn English, we learn Hindi, we learn languages, but we are not fluent in that. So I was from an ICSC board school, which is very much deeply into good English and things like punctuality and all. But when I joined Young Leaders Bootcamp, the only problem is I faced difficulty in communicating with people. That was the biggest challenge for me. And another challenge which I added, that I was not updated about my things. When people ask me about that, I share things like I was good in cooking and I knew the basics. But when somebody goes into or deep dive into the theoretical part, I lag behind in that. So I think that are the two challenges I faced. First is communicating. Second is that updating part. And I think in 6 months I completed it well and I managed things. And now I am conversating with you. I think that's fine enough.
Definitely. I think,
Correct.
and we often misread communication for speaking English, right? It's not,
Correct.
I think you would agree with me that it's not that. It's just how well you articulate your thoughts. And I think you are, I can understand what you say and you can understand what I say. So I think our communication is going good, right? Um,
It's kind of a phobia for people that uh, somebody in front of you is getting your thoughts. It's getting picturized or not. But gradually, when you start speaking and when you are feeling that language, I think that barriers goes off.
right. Repetition and discipline is it what makes us confident about certain
Correct.
things. Definitely. Okay. Um, right. We learned about your journey, what companies you set for. I think one more question I would like to ask here is, we often, like, we can prepare on our own. Preparation is not the hard work, right? But how different it is for preparing by yourself from the sources that are present online, and preparing while having a right mentorship and guidance in that process. What
Correct.
makes the difference? And is it important to have an external guidance or mentorship for you?
Correct. So let's suppose I search that how to crack a management trainee on YouTube or Google. It gives me different suggestion and idea. There is no guidelines to follow, no structured path to follow. But if I choose a mentor, uh, he should be expert in that particular sector, and he helps me in guiding by a structured guidelines that if I need to prepare for my interviews, what all key points I need to cover, and what all things I need to jot down for that interview, how to prepare, how to prioritize our work. I think these are some things that a mentor should help, and that's all. I think
Okay. And I want
it
your
provides a
candid.
structured path. Justice.
Right, right, absolutely. And I want your candid opinion on this, right? Can a student prepare it without a mentorship or without a right guidance or without a right support in their journey?
So I think yes, without a boot camp, a person can, but uh, he or she should have a mentor. Either it's your family member who is very much inclined towards you, who can give you that time and who can invest on you. But it is very difficult to find such person. So I think joining a program is better for a student to share his things from a particular mentor, because it's not easy to share everything with our family or friends. So you need someone to share your problems with.
Right. And one more thing I had to add here, I think accountability also plays a part here.
Correct,
That a third
correct.
person, right, definitely. I'm learning a lot from you in this session, to be very honest. Okay. Um, right. So one more thing I want to ask you, how like you are in the area of sales, right? How important sales is and how this boot camp that you did helped you.
So as far as I know, we do sales at every part of our life. So even it's I need to borrow some money from my mother, I need to sell her the idea that if you give me this money, I'll do this work for you. This is a part of sales. And I think that that sales and marketing bootcamp helped me in different manners, different aspects of selling things. As we did some live projects there. Karan gave me a project of building an IPL team and selling your IPL team to a party. I think that small things added up, and that made me a sales guy. And also it brings out the inner strengths of a person if he is more inclined towards sales. And gradually, I think it's not difficult to sell something. You by time becomes a salesperson if you are in hospitality.
Definitely. No, irrespective of the field that you come from.
Correct. Irrespective, you are bad at sales, but if you join hospitality, by time you'll become a good sales guy.
Right, right. Okay. Um, one more last question I'll ask you, and then I think you are busy with your work, so I won't bug you much. So, if you have to give one piece of advice to your juniors or the students who are going to appear for MT interviews soon, what one piece of advice would you give?
So I think first of all, for my juniors, attitude is very important. Uh, Being in a right attitude position, I think that's the most crucial thing. And attitude is one, keeping yourself updated is second, and I think one of the most important thing, never lie to yourself. Every person knows his or her weaknesses. Don't lie from yourself that I can do this, so I need not to work on my weakness. I think some or the other time your weakness will show up in the interview room and you'll mess it up. I think one should work on his or her weakness very hard.
Definitely.
Because if you think that nobody is gonna monitor that, you are wrong at it. That interviewer is more experienced than you, and he could tell each and everything in which you are lagging.
Right. We are not smart there.
Correct.
Right. Okay. I think these were my questions, and we have come to a wrap of this segment, right? It was pleasure talking to you, Yash, and this was such a learning
Same,
experience, and
Anisha.
everyone here could agree that it was such a learning experience for me as well. And again, I appreciate you taking out the time and coming here with us today.
Thank you. Me too. Me too.
Thank you so much, Yash. Have a great day.
Thank you, Anisha, for your time.